Hi, I'm Katie. Welcome to Reddit Wednesday, the place to discover answers to some of the most challenging and odd skincare questions asked on Reddit. And because skincare is my passion, I'm going to give you the ins and outs on choosing the best skincare for your skin type. So once again, thank you for joining me. If you're new here, welcome. Okay, let's get started. Today's question: how do I get rid of dark under eye circles? I've tried everything and nothing seems to work. Well, believe it or not, this is a huge issue for men, not just women, but men also. And most people sort to things like caffeine or vitamin C to get rid of under eye circles. And it's not that those things may not work. It's very unlikely that things like caffeine will work to remove under eye circles. And the reason being is because a lot of the times under eye circles or dark circles underneath the eyes can be hereditary. And if that is the case, it's very vital that you see a dermatologist if you wish to rid yourself of the under eye circles. But some possible causes, or some of the most researched causes of under eye dark circles, have nothing to do with a lack of sleep. Believe it or not. I know that you've heard it everywhere. It's a very common term that people say, oh, well, dark circles underneath their eyes are caused by a lack of sleep. You just need to get more sleep. And that could not be further from the truth. When you dig deep and start doing your own research, you will see that most dark circles are caused by, number one, irritating ingredients that you're applying to your face. Yes, the irritating ingredients found in your skincare could be causing your dark under eye circles. Now, what ingredients are these? Well, of course, we know the number one ingredient that causes the most problem, the number one cause of contact dermatitis when it comes to skincare is fragrance. And it does not matter if it's natural or synthetic, meaning man-made. Fragrance is fragrance, and it does the same thing to the skin. It irritates the skin. The cells underneath the skin become irritated and inflamed, causing acne and redness and darkness. And so you want to steer clear of fragrance and things like alcohol, SD, and denatured alcohols. You want to steer clear of all of those negative things when it comes to your skincare. Some other causes of dark under eye circles are allergies. Yes, this is a real thing. Allergies, things like bee pollen and different types of flowers and foods that you eat. Yes, allergens does cause under eye circles. So check your allergens if you're trying to get rid of under eye circles. And if you are allergic to something, stop using it or steer clear of it altogether. Vascular ailments like the blood flow. If you have lighter skin, I don't, but if you have lighter skin, when you look in the mirror, look underneath your eyes and look for the little tiny veins. They're usually blue, or maybe they could also appear like a dark black or a darker shade of blue. That's called vascular flow. And a lot of the times, due to lack of sufficient blood flow to that area underneath the eyes, you start to see dark under eye circles. And once again, you will need to go and see a licensed dermatologist for that. Harsh facial products, we talked about that. But one thing I did not mention about that are essential oils. A lot of people think essential oils are the best thing in the world for the face and the skin, and that's just due to lack of research. However, like I've stated in my previous videos, essential oils are great for aromatherapy. They are not good for topical therapy. Aside from tea tree oil, there is an exception to tea tree oil. It works phenomenal when it comes to things like acne and zits and pimples and things like that. Thinning skin is another reason why you may be seeing dark under eye circles. Yes, you've heard it before, and you can actually see it when you look in the mirror. The skin directly underneath the eye here and over here, normally where we develop crow's feet, is very thin. It's much thinner than the normal skin on our face. You can actually pinch it and see the difference. Unfortunately, while thin, and I know there's a great purpose behind the thin skin, underneath our eyes and around our eyes, there has to be a great purpose. However, it does cause dark under eye circles. I don't want to say it causes them, it makes them very pronounced, very noticeable. So unfortunately, if you have thin skin, once again, consult a dermatologist. They do have things like Botox and different things like that. However, I have not did thorough research to see if that will help plump the skin underneath the eye. So I don't want to say go and ask a dermatologist or some other skincare professional such as myself for Botox underneath the eye. Do your own research always before you step foot in a doctor's office or in any other medical professional's office. Fatigue. We've all been there, done that. Fatigue is something that we all battle with, and just simply because we're busy, our lives are busy. However, not now due to the virus that's going around. I pray that you all are safe. Just know that I'm praying and believing that you're safe. But however, before that, we were all busy. Right now, we're practicing social distancing, and a lot of us are quarantined to our homes. And now there's prayerfully stillness for you, and you're not experiencing so much fatigue. But before, due to our very busy schedules, we fought often with fatigue. And for women, that causes lots of under eye darkness. So if you do find yourself stressed, or if you are feeling symptoms of fatigue, take some deep breaths and try to rest your mind and your body for a minute. Try some relaxation teas or herbal teas. Lay and rest. Put on classical music or some type of relaxation that will help minimize your fatigue and minimize those dark circles. Rubbing. Oh, we do this, rubbing or scratching of the eye. And most often that's caused from products that we place under the eye or around the eye, mascaras that are irritating to the eye, and other allergens. So if you notice yourself rubbing your eyes, if you notice your eyes red throughout the day, when you wear a certain product or a certain mascara, or when you eat something, steer clear of that, because the rubbing of the eye irritates not just the tear ducts and the pores and the cells within the eye, but these very thin veins that I spoke about earlier. It irritates those very thin veins. And when they become irritated, they darken, and your under eye circles become noticeable because instead of the blood flowing properly, now they become a deep blue or a deep black in there. It's setting right there. So try not to rub your eyes. I know it's difficult, but if you need to switch products, switch products. Don't be afraid to try new things. Deep inset eyes. Now, when I looked at the young lady that asked the question today, and when I saw her face, her eyes does not appear to be deep inset. You know, those eyes that, how do I say this without being brutal? But deep inset eyes are eyes that kind of look almost a bit hollow, like they're deeply inset back, like they're not to the front of the face. They appear back further, if you get the gist of what I'm saying. Because of the deep inset, it's often a shadow left here, and it falls, guess where? Right here underneath the eye, giving the appearance of darkness when darkness really is not there. But the depth of the eyes causes that shadow. For that, at this moment, I'm not sure if there's anything that you could do for that. But once again, check with your dermatologist. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. And once again, don't be afraid to do your own research. Sagging skin. Now, like I mentioned prior, the young lady that asked the question, she's very young. She does not appear to have sagging skin. But for those of us that are getting older, myself, I'm 40 and I'm very proud of it. But for those of us that are getting older, we're no longer in our teens or 20s or even 30s anymore. We are getting older, and oftentimes that comes with signs of premature aging, and sagging skin is one of those things, which is why wearing sunscreen with an SPF of 30, 365 days out of the year, is so, so vital because sunscreen protects the skin against the sun's harmful UVA and UVB rays. These are the rays that cause aging, premature aging, skin cancer, breaks down healthy cells, and destroys healthy collagen. When the skin starts to sag, it's because the collagen, the foundation underneath the skin, is breaking down. And believe it or not, the number one causing of premature aging is sun damage. So protect yourself with a sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher, fragrance-free, and wear it 365 days a year. If it's raining, snowing, if it's dark outside, if there's a shadow, not dark at night, but throughout the day, if darkness appears and you cannot see the sun, it's not the sun that you're worried about. It's the sun's invisible UVA and UVB rays that do the damage. So make sure you protect yourself with sunscreen. And like I spoke before we started, it's hereditary. Oftentimes, dark under eye circles are hereditary. If your mother had them, probably her mother had them. And so it just keeps going on and on and on. And unfortunately, like I spoke before, see your dermatologist. There could be something that they could do when it comes to your dark under eye circles being hereditary. Now, some actions you can take right now, right after you're done watching this video, are vitamins. Yes, topical vitamins. This is awesome because I love niacinamide and I love vitamin C. These are two extremely powerful vitamins. And get this, they work so much better when they're combined together. They both have been proven to inhibit excessive melanin formation, so that darkness that appears under the eyes, when you apply niacinamide and vitamin C, they will start to inhibit, meaning to minimize, to take away that melanin that has formed beneath the eye, to improve uneven skin and to soothe irritation. So if you find yourself battling with things like allergies, get you some vitamin C. Get a niacinamide serum, lotion. Just make sure, like I said, it's fragrance free and it does not contain irritants. And apply it underneath your eye during the day and at bedtime. Similarly, vitamin C, you'll hear it. It's often called a skincare superstar because it does erase darkness and protects the skin against pollution. A lot of vitamins may not do this, but vitamin C is that powerhouse, and you need it in your skincare regimen if you are serious about getting rid of or minimizing your dark under eye circles. Another cool trick is concealer. I know you say, well, it's just patching up the problem, but patching up the problem until you find a clear solution is better than no solution at all. So look for concealer to conceal those dark under eye circles. When you're shopping for a concealer, look for one loaded with antioxidants, ceramides, and other superstars like vitamin C, vitamin B3, vitamin B5. They all work magic when you combine them together, and apply underneath the eye before applying your foundation. This will even help with that inset shadow. That shadow that I mentioned prior because of the deep inset eyes. A wonderful concealer will even help conceal that shadow. So look into concealer. And P.S. using a red or orange concealer will neutralize. It neutralizes, meaning that it just makes neutral. You can't see it. Neutralizes the dark blue cast that's underneath the eye. So if you have lighter skin, or even if you have darker skin, look for a orange or red concealer to help neutralize those dark under eye circles. Now, one last thing. When it comes to caffeine, yes, caffeine is great for the skin. It does have antioxidant properties and soothing properties. However, it has not been proven hard to minimize dark under eye circles. I'm so sorry to hit you with that so hard, but it is the real truth. I do extremely vital research before I sit down and I do these videos. And not to mention, I have over 20 years of skincare experience. I am known as a national skincare expert. So trust me when I tell you that caffeine is not the greatest solution for your dark under eye circles. So I hope this helps. Once again, thank you for joining me. If you like this video, please like the channel, subscribe, share the video, do all of that good stuff for me. I really appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for joining me and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye-bye.